Hey everybody, welcome to HDpiano. This is Joe. Today we are learning Change by Lana Del Rey. This is a sweet piece of music, and this is the intro and first verse. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to leave it there. That's the pre-chorus. If you want to hear more, head on over to our website, HDpiano.com, for all the remaining parts, of which there are not many. This is middle C. Playing today in the key of A minor, the natural minor. There is no raised 7th note that occurs throughout this. Could say we're in C major, but certainly this first video is in A natural minor. Now, a quick question. I've often wondered where her name comes from. Turns out it's an amalgam of the actress Lana Turner and the 80s car, the Ford Del Rey. What other artists have got names that are specific amalgams of different words? I can think of a couple. Have you got any? Stick them in the comments. Anyway, this is not the most difficult piece of music, you'll be pleased to know. And we start off with a 5-finger shape, using 8th notes in the right hand in our key chord, which is A minor for this starting point, with an octave of A down below. We play this for 8 beats, this octave, and this 8th note, 5-note run of A minor ends on beat 3, like that. This is played on quite a sort of nice honky-tonk style piano, not really honky-tonk as such, just slightly out of tune. So you might want to, I don't know, dust off the old Joanna that you've had sitting in the corner for the last 40 years. That'll probably that'll be too bad. But doesn't matter if you don't get a pristine sound. Put a bit of reverb, a bit of distortion, and make your life sound more like Lana Del Rey's Change. Anyway, this is what we do for the first 2 bars of the intro. We just run up like that, and 2, and 3, 4. I'm playing 2, 2, 3, 4. We're playing pianissimo, so it's very soft. And this is the proper speed. Sorry, this is half the speed. 4, 1, 2. You get the idea. Then the next bar we're going to do at the proper speed. The G major, root position overall because the root note is here. But we've got the 5th and the 3rd note played as a 6th interval in our right hand. And we hold that for 2 bars, so 2 whole notes, 8 beats in total. That again. The pianissimo, very soft, and then like that. One more time, that's the intro by the way. And then we go down to this, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then we're into the verse. Play A minor first position in the right hand with A octave in the left hand. We do that for a full 2 bars, like that. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Throw that again. A minor, first position, not root position, where the root note is at the bottom, as in the naming note, but the first position, where instead of the naming note being at the bottom, the next note in the chord, the 3rd note, i.e. 1, 2, 3. We call it the 2nd note. That's wrong. It's the 3rd note. It's the 3rd degree of A minor. That's now at the bottom. So we do it there. This is very low, this piece of music. And we do that for 2 bars. 3, 4. That again. Let's move on this time. And then, as it's always nice to do in music, you just drop down a scalic step and you get the same inversion, same chord shape, same everything, but in a different key. So now we're in G major, and this is G first position in the right hand with G octave in the left hand, and we do that for 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move on straight away to next step down. You guessed it, it's F major this time. And we do that for 8 beats. Just like that. And then back up again, G major. So this is the first 8 bars of our verse. I'm doing it at the proper speed. We start off with A minor, 2, 3, 4, in its first position. All of these chords in their first position. Then G major first position for 8 beats. 3, 4, and then down again to F, first position for 8 beats. And then back up to G. 2, 3, 4. And then the sort of theme that continues throughout this piece begins halfway through our verse, and that's this. I'm going half the speed again. So all we're doing there is we're playing root notes down here with finger 3. Don't have to use finger 3. This piece is so slow, it doesn't really matter what your left hand does, but you might as well use the correct fingering. Finger 3 on A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This is bar 2 now of this next 8 bars of the first verse. That's it. For 2 bars you do that. And this is half the speed, by the way. So A minor first position, played now as an arpeggio in the right hand. Let's do it again one more time, and then just repeated A's as half notes this time in the left hand. So you play with a 2 feel, as in a note every 2 beats. And then scaling step down gives you the same thing, but a letter back in the musical alphabet. So A is preceded by G, just like that. So 2 bars of that, just like that. I'm pedaling the whole time, basically. I'm not moving my foot off the pedal every time we're in the G section, and every time I was in the A section, but I did change between the A and the G. One more time with the G. And then, after that, we've got 2 bars of F, and you guessed it, we move everything down. So the same intervals, same chord shapes, even though they're arpeggios. Finger 5 this time, playing the 2 feel on F in the left hand. Our lowest note, by the way. And that's what we do. That was 2 bars of it there. Let's do another 2 bars. Pedal down the whole time during this section. And then back up to G. For another 2 bars. So, I find with music like this, I often think it's a good thing to teach, because you're going to be able to teach things about inversions, you're going to be able to teach things about degrees of the scale, which is useful. But then as a performer, it's quite limiting when you're sort of professional, but at the same time you can still make these things sing with dynamics. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to perform it again. I've only got pianissimo and then piano halfway through the first verse. That's my only direction, but I'm going to really experiment with dynamics. I'm going to grow and I'm going to contract in volume. Not in tempo though, because I've got a metronome on. See what you think. Anyway, here we go. Here it is again. 4. And then we're into our pre-chorus, which is our next video. Okay, I'm sure you'll all agree this is pretty straightforward stuff, but bringing it to life, that takes a little bit more thought. So if you don't bring it to life much, as in when you're playing, you don't bring it to life, try it with this one. It'll be a good idea. Relax, don't play stiff. Fair enough if you've had a hard day. If you haven't, relax, and you'll start making a pretty sound. Anyway, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and then head on over to HDpiano.com for the remaining parts. This has been Joe, HDpiano. Pleasure as always.